We're back in the community of Travisso, checking out one of the best floor plans with Drees homes. If you like great views, stick around to see the second floor balcony on this one. Hey everyone, Raj Sahu here, realtor in Central Texas, back with another model home walkthrough. Today we're going through the Lynmar 2 plan with Drees homes. This model home is over 5,000 square feet. It has 5 bedrooms, 5.5 bathrooms, 3-car garage, and this has one of the best views, which you just saw of the backyard. We're gonna see that view so many times. I love all the windows on the back of the home. Before we get to the back of the home, right when you first walk in, I love this light fixture. When you come in, it really showcases what's possible with Drees. So many different options, so many great plans, all in amazing communities like this, Travisso, which we'll talk about in a few minutes. First, I want to focus in on the plan, and to be frank, I don't even know where to start. Everywhere I look, there's so many amazing parts of this floor plan, and I think it's so well designed on an amazing lot. So what I think we'll start off with is going to be the living room in the back of the home, just because I think this is fairly unique. Oftentimes we see living rooms where the dining room is, which we'll circle back to, and then a kitchen, and then maybe like a breakfast nook in the back or dining room in the back. But I love what they did here with the main living area in the back. I often hear from buyers that they spend the most amount of time in their living room, kitchen, dining. If it's all combined in one area, that's where they spend most of their time. And if that's where you spend most of your time, that's where you really want to focus in on the plan. Oftentimes, I think we get distracted by all these different nuances with floor plans, all these different rooms, so many different things that go into a home. But what I always try to tell people is take a seat in the area that you think you're going to be spending a lot of time in. Imagine yourself living here, take it all in, and then try to make better decisions on which floor plans you think are best by focusing on your priority. Speaking of priorities, what I hear often from buyers is the kitchen, really honing in on kitchen island size, how big the kitchen is, how much cabinetry is going around, does it have an area for Butler's pantry? And I think Drees really hits it out of the park here. You got a waterfall island, love the cabinets with the glass facade on them and the upper cabinets at the top, and then this vent hood where the vent hood goes all the way up to the ceiling, and I like that simple backsplash where it feels like the kitchen island is really the focal point here, and that cabinets providing that contrast is fantastic on the back of this kitchen. Now here's a look right off the sink where you got the dining room in front of you that's open to the second story, which we'll head to in about a minute. And then we have that view off your left shoulder, which is fantastic. And we will head back out there. What I want to cover first is going to be what's behind this kitchen, and then we'll get to the pantry. On this side, we have access to a 2-car garage. That's why they have a mud bench here. So you can take your shoes off, put your bag down, and then right next to this mud bench, we have the laundry room. Lots of great built-in cabinets here. And there's actually a door to the right of the washer and dryer in here that would be access to a 1-car garage. And then to the right of that door, you're going to see access to the primary closet. Now, we're not going to go through the primary closet just yet. We're going to come back around through the primary bedroom, bathroom, and you'll get a good idea of the flow of this space. I love this picture. I always love these dog pictures, and pretty much Longhorn pictures is what I usually see here in model homes around Austin, Texas. I always put a smile on my face when I see those. Okay, getting back to the plan, let's head to that pantry area. And actually, before that pantry, I want to show you the Butler's pantry on the side. This cabinetry with the wine rack up top. This is what I typically see between a kitchen and a dining room at this square footage, but this is not something I typically see. I love what Drees does here with what they call their working pantry, where they have some cabinetry on this side. Obviously, there's some different upgrades that we could cover here, like the backsplash and all the cabinets and the built-in coffee maker. But I love how it's just off of this pantry area where there's still lots of space for storage of food, but you want to hide your coffee machine, you want to hide some different machines that you use. Perfect area to do that in. And I love how they have such a spacious area for all that storage that a lot of people need and are requesting, especially around their kitchen. Heading over to the dining room, and then we'll head outside next. I love how unique this is. When you first walk in, you're hit with this open to the second story but dining room area, and then it makes you want to go further, because I imagine you're not going to walk into somebody's house and just sit down at their dining room. You want to get to that living room in the back. You want to get to that patio where we're going to head to next. And then when you're ready for lunch, when you're ready for dinner, you come back to the heart of the home and sit down here, and everything is so open. And that's what I really love about this plan. And when I walk buyers through, they absolutely fall in love with it because of the flow of everything. And it's just that unique touch while still taking in a lot of the great parts of today's modern home. Open concept, very tall ceilings, great finishes, and then outdoor patios like this. This is exactly what I mean about this plan. So unique. You have the second floor balcony, which we'll get to later on in the video. Love the tea lights here, really lights up the space at night. And then check out this area to just grill, enjoy some grub, and watch the sunset with this amazing pool. Absolutely love this. And this is exactly what I was talking about when I first walked in to this home. I had a great plan of where I was going to go and what we were going to see. And then I completely forgot what that plan was, because I was just struck by how great this plan was, the upgrades that are within it, and the view that's here. And this view is possible in a community called Travisso. Now, Travisso is located in a suburb called Leander. Leander is located just outside of Austin, Texas. And the growth that's happening out here, like look up the Leander Northline project, look up where Apple is building their second headquarters in the northwest part of Austin. There's so many different things that Leander is close by to, but it still gives you this amazing view where you just feel like you're in a different world. I think when you walk on Travisso Parkway, the main road that's just behind us, going all along that hillside, if you just walk that road, it just feels like you're in a completely different space. And that's why I think people love coming out to this community. And the good news is, if you're watching this in Q1 of 2023, there is no bidding. I hope that doesn't change, but just so you understand market dynamics and what's happened in the past year, in the year 2021 and 2022, we had so much bidding in this community. People were bidding high six-figure amounts on lots just to build homes on those lots. It was unbelievable what was happening. When it was happening, what I was telling my clients is there is a very large new section in the back of the neighborhood that's coming up that should bring up lots of inventory. I did not predict exactly how much prices would come down, but I knew that there would be more opportunity coming up. And so I just told people that honestly. And even though I do a ton of new construction volume, I've worked with 17 builders just in the last 12 to 14 months, I didn't have anybody win a bid ever in Travisso. And looking back on it, I'm glad now, because now that section in the back of the neighborhood is open, and I've been able to get quite a few people now under contract, first come first serve basis, without bidding. And it's so much more reasonable, and your head's not spinning bidding and guessing at what everybody else is bidding at, and you can get fantastic plans now in this community. So if you are looking for a realtor, reach out to me. I'm very upfront and honest with people on what I'm thinking, and I'd be happy to guide you through that process. Okay, getting back to the plan, this is going to be the primary bedroom and bathroom area, and check out that view. We have to keep looking at this view. I love the windows that Drees does here. And I love that back wall, that accent wall behind the bed too. It's not something that most builders do. They end up doing it in their model homes just to really dress it up, but easily something you can do aftermarket. I think it just provides this cool touch that kind of showcases what's possible when you really add design in on some of these homes. And then this is an exterior patio door. A lot of builders have this possibly as an option if the bedroom is large enough and obviously has access to the patio. And then I'm not sure what this cabinetry is doing here, but I think it looks nice. This is going to be the primary bathroom. I love all the upgrades that they chose here. I love those 4-level LED lights, which I'll get to in a second and show you a little bit closer. And then with the tile work that they did behind this freestanding tub, I was just talking with somebody who asked me, are tubs really necessary? Are they great for resale? and I felt like it was just for the look. Does it add to the look of the primary bathroom? Because if not, then people really like these huge walk-in showers, and sometimes you have to delete the tub to get this type of huge shower. Some builders might offer that as a structural upgrade, but the best part about this bathroom is you can have both. There's still lots of space. Everything still feels really open. They still have windows in here, bringing in natural light. You have 2 rain shower heads, 2 shower heads below that, 2 shampoo niches behind you. Really well done here. I think Drees is probably one of the top builders for best model homes and showcasing what's possible. And that's why I think people love buying into that brand of Drees and just believing that they can build their forever home, their dream home with Drees, which I completely get. Moving along to the primary closet. We do have a closet build out. I have to say most builders don't actually do these build outs just because there's so many good companies aftermarket that can provide this. If builders do provide it, sometimes this might carry a premium where, you know, I think it's much easier to do if you just get it done aftermarket. Obviously the con of doing that is you have to pay for it out of pocket. So if you have a mortgage, you can't include that in your cost if you're doing it after you close on the home. But there are a lot more options usually if you do it aftermarket. Not to deter you if a builder offers it, but just weigh the pros and cons, of course. And this is going to be that door that went into the laundry that we saw previously. And I was just giving you a look at some cabinetry too that I missed when we were in that utility room. Okay, let's head out of here and get to the study. So if you work from home and you want to have a great study, you also, maybe you have parents visiting or somebody elderly you don't want going up and down the steps, and you want a second bedroom downstairs. We're going to get to that as well. Oh, and these are the floor LED lights that I was showing previously, just briefly. I thought those were very cool. I actually have somebody doing that, I think, in their kitchen with another builder. I'm really excited to see how that comes up. And with that being said, if you ever need examples of something, just reach out to me, or if you're interested in building your home. As I mentioned, I am in real estate, but even if you're not interested in my area of Central Texas, reach out to me. I can usually connect you with somebody who's really good at new construction in the area that you have of interest. And then I can even give you ideas of what my clients have done in the past for inspiration, or, you know, help out in the build process in any way possible. Getting back to the plan, this is going to be that study. I like how it's on the front of the home with this tall tray ceiling with those unique windows. Actually, let's focus in on windows for a second. This is what I think makes it feel more custom rather than just a everyday production builder that builds all these homes that all look the same. That's why I like Drees. They do different things with windows that make it feel custom. It's called Drees Custom Homes for a reason. I would call them more like a pseudo custom builder, where they can't change every wall and move everything around like a custom home builder can, but they can do things with some of their plans that make it feel a little bit more custom, again, rather than production. Windows is going to be one of them. And by the way, I don't want to speak on all of Drees. Drees does have a build on your lot program where it can feel, it can be much more fully custom, but that's a whole nother topic, and that's not actually what we're covering here. This is going to be the second bedroom downstairs. So much room in here. You have the bed in the back. You have this separate area just to hang out. You even have this wet bar area that has its own microwave. Obviously, this is a big upgrade to have, but again, they're just showcasing what's possible, and what some people would call this is the generational suite. I'm seeing this as an option come up more and more and more as people try to house maybe parents or people that they don't want going up and down the steps, and they definitely want that on their first floor. And that's a great option to have here, especially if you can get an in-suite full bathroom. In fact, I'm working with a lot of buyers who are constantly asking, do you have a separate powder bath? Does your bathroom, is it in suite on the second bedroom downstairs? And it's all about trying to get that privacy so people aren't sharing bathrooms with guests. Everything's accessible, and you can house somebody here for weeks, maybe even months. And I think that that's a great option to have. It's going to be that walk-in shower that is in suite, as I was mentioning before. I think this is actually a great design option where obviously a subway backsplash is not very expensive. Maybe that's not so obvious, but it's something that a lot of builders might even provide as their standard tile, not all of them. And if you just want a cool touch on it, you can do a darker grout like this where it just provides that contrast, so it's not all white, which I think some people are trying to get away from, but others are okay with. And if you're one of the former, not the latter, then I think just doing a different grout, and that can save you quite a bit of money just doing a subway backsplash at the design studio. You might just have to pay a little bit more money to put it all the way up to the ceiling, but usually it's a nominal amount. And then I think I said it before, we were in the powder. If I didn't say that, there was a powder bathroom before we got to that second bedroom downstairs. I think that was fairly obvious if there's a commode and a sink there. Moving along to the second floor, I am excited to be up here. We'll get to that balcony that's in front of us through those windows. And actually, that's another example of windows that are just not your typical window that you see. It just, again, makes these small touches make the home feel a little bit more custom than most production builders. And then we've seen the light fixtures before, but I'm going to keep showing them. I think it's such a great piece to show when you first walk in. That front door really hits you and your eyes just go upward to look at all these different design elements. Speaking of inspiration, here's a very cool third bedroom. Now we're on the second floor. Does have its own access to the balcony. Now I will get out there. For some reason that door is locked from the outside, so you can't actually exit this. Probably a safety concern, especially with so many kids running through here. They just want one access to the balcony in this model home, and then I think you get the point from there. This is going to be the in-suite full bathroom for this bedroom. I like that they did a walk-in shower here. I like when builders also offer this as an option. Oftentimes it's difficult to get a mud set shower on the second floor because they can't dig into the floor on the second floor. They can dig into the concrete on the first floor and do that. But here you can do like an acrylic pan. And so oftentimes builders will offer that, but then you can't do a tile. I'm not sure if you saw in that last bathroom, they actually did a tile still. And so that's where, again, Drees stands out as doing things that other builders don't do to make the home really feel like somebody's home that they customize. Here is another look at the front door. So if you recall, it was open to the second story when we first walked in that front door. Great design elements that they have here. Even the design elements that you saw on the wall there, it is one of the things that you notice. Your eyes go up to the light fixture, you see different things on the wall. Absolutely love it. I would say steal things that you like from model homes. There's no shame in doing it. It's just called being savvy. And you can even do cool things like this where you have that blue tile on the back and then that gray tile on the side. Let me know what you think about that. I think it's always fun doing something like that in a spare bathroom. If you have it in the budget, spare bathroom is probably the one place you can cut back on, especially if you just have the bath curtain pulled all the way, then nobody's really seeing that tile. But something you can do for fun if you want to keep that bath curtain open. And here is the fourth bedroom. Now this bedroom's off the front of the home. What I always say about bedrooms out the front of the home is those windows that face out to the front can be different based on the elevation of the home. The elevation is the exterior aesthetic of the home. It usually tells you where your windows are going to be on the front of the home, what your roof line is going to look like. It's also maybe where your stone or stucco or brick will go, or hardy board. Definitely something to think about when you're walking through these homes, and especially when you're looking to build from scratch. You really want to know what your options are. So quite a few things to look into. Elevation, structural upgrades, and design upgrades are going to be the big three. And then this is going to be a media room, as you can tell. Got to take a seat. I love the accent wall that they did all the way around. This is unique. They put some stars, or like the sky, I would say, as the ceiling, from a drop-down ceiling. Very cool. You got a dry bar in the back with the microwave. Got to have that microwave if you're gonna watch movies. Of course, you need a place to make some popcorn. And then check out this second floor game room. Absolutely love the view out here. I like the built-in desks. I think there's a lot of utility in just maybe not even doing that built-in with the builder. I don't think a lot of builders would even offer that, but aftermarket putting in some desks there or like a built-in cabinetry like that, I think that is so sleek. And then who wouldn't want to study here looking out at that view and having access to a balcony that looks out to this? Absolutely incredible. And again, this is why people love Travisso. Even if you don't get a view like this, just biking around, getting to an area that has a drop off and a view, there are trails out here, there's just so many different things to do. It's a very active community, and when you're doing that in an area that's so beautiful, in great plans like this that have patios look like this, and it's just one half of the patio, and then you can get to a second floor balcony that looks out to this. This is the dream right here. And this is exactly why I got into real estate. Several years ago, when my wife and I moved to Austin, I found myself convincing all my friends and family to move here. And when they asked why, I would show them views like this. I would show them things that were so surprising to them that this was possible in Texas. And I thought to myself, if they're surprised, I bet you there will be so many other people out there that will be surprised that this is possible in an area like Central Texas. So I got into real estate. I started posting these videos online with the true intention of just exposing what's possible here in Austin. And to this day, I still don't, people don't use me as a realtor. That's completely fine. I still think you should hire a great realtor. You shouldn't use just my videos to make buying decisions with a builder. You should be double checking all these things. And again, just hire a realtor, even if it's not me, to help you through that process of that transaction. But what I always love hearing is when people run into me in the model homes, they say they saw my videos and appreciate it. It is such a great feeling to get that feedback, because again, all I wanted to do from the beginning was just show people what's possible here in Austin. And that's why I love coming to this community. It just raises the bar on what's possible. And I think it's still surprising for a lot of people when they first fly out here, they do the drive. It happens almost every week when I have a client, flying in and they see this for their first time. It's just still surprising for them. And I love seeing their look on their face when they drive through these hills. Getting back to the plan, this is going to be the 5th bedroom. Again, this was a 5-bedroom, 5.5 bathroom house, over 5,000 square feet. And if you've liked this plan and you're just trying to figure out where to build it, currently Drees does not have this available in Travisso. However, they have other communities, one that's very close by that I've done a lot of work in, and I've worked with various builders there that also has great views. They do have that community open with this plan currently. So if you like this plan, there are many other places you can build it. Drees is in a lot of different communities. While we head back downstairs, I want to take this time to mention that if you've really liked this walkthrough, you're interested in new construction, or even if you're interested in resale homes, reach out to me. My info's in the description of this video. And if I think your criteria fits what I can provide a high amount of value to, I'll let you know that. We can possibly work together. But what I often do is connect people with other great realtors, because their criteria is not something I take care of. It's something that I know another realtor is much better at. So I am always trying to put your interest first. It seems to pay off in the long run if I just keep putting people first and giving value to them. So again, don't hesitate to reach out. And if you liked this video with Drees, you want to see another model home with Drees, click on the thumbnail that's appeared on your screen. And as always, hope this helps. Take care.